Why are Japanese people so good at saving money, even without earning more? This intriguing question has puzzled many, as Japan's savings culture seems to defy the norm. It's not about earning more, but it's about making the most out of what you have. In this video, we'll delve into the heart of Japanese culture, unearthing the mindset, systems, and practical techniques that make the Japanese masters of money saving. Welcome to Money Magnet Minds, where we explore the world's best money-saving habits and strategies. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We have a lot in store for you today. A journey into the Japanese value of not wasting, the traditional budgeting method of Kakeibo, the minimalist lifestyle, and the cash envelope system. We'll also look at everyday habits that can save you a bundle over time. So, are you ready to adopt a mindset that could transform your financial future? Stay tuned to find out. In Japan, waste isn't just inefficient, it's deeply frowned upon. This sentiment is deeply ingrained into the fabric of Japanese culture, an expression of a value system that respects resources and despises waste. And this ethos is encapsulated in a single potent word: motenai. Motenai, a term that doesn't have a direct translation in English, conveys a sense of regret over waste. It's a reminder of the value inherent in each object, each resource, each moment. Motenai is a call to mindfulness, an invitation to consider the worth of things before discarding them thoughtlessly. This value is rooted in Buddhist beliefs. The philosophy of non-attachment, non-waste, and respect for all forms of life is a fundamental tenet of Buddhism, which has greatly influenced Japanese culture and thought. In practical terms, motenai is reflected in the Japanese approach to everything, from food to spending. When it comes to food, the Japanese have a tradition of using every part of an ingredient. For example, when they cook fish, they use everything from the head to the tail, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Similarly, when it comes to money, the principle of motenai encourages frugality and thoughtful spending. It's not simply about being stingy or miserly. Rather, it's about acknowledging the value of money, the effort and time it represents, and ensuring it's not wasted. So how does this play out in everyday life? Well, it might mean repairing an item instead of replacing it, or reusing items in creative ways. It might mean choosing to walk or bike instead of taking a taxi, or cooking at home instead of eating out. In a broader sense, motenai also influences the way Japanese people approach their work and their relationships. Wasting time is frowned upon, and so is wasting someone's goodwill or trust. The beauty of motenai is that it's not just about saving resources, it's about appreciating them. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and our responsibility as custodians of the world we live in. As we can see, motenai is more than a word. It's a way of life. It's a philosophy that encourages us to be mindful, resourceful, and respectful. And it's one of the secrets behind why Japanese people are so good at saving money. Now let's dive into the concept of Kakeibo. This Japanese term refers to a household budgeting journal, a practice that has been part of Japanese culture for over 100 years. But it's more than just a ledger for income and expenses. Kakeibo is a philosophy, a way of life that encourages mindfulness about money. So, how does Kakeibo work? It's actually quite simple. At the start of each month, you sit down with your Kakeibo and plan out your finances. You begin by jotting down your income. Next, you decide how much you want to save. Then, you subtract your savings from your income, and what's left is what you have for your expenses. Here's an example. Let's say your monthly income is £2,000, and you want to save £500. Subtracting your savings from your income leaves you with £1,500 for your expenses. This simple equation helps you set a clear and achievable savings goal every month. But Kakeibo isn't just about numbers, it's also about reflection. Kakeibo encourages you to think deeply about your relationship with money. It asks you to consider questions like, how much money do I have? How much money would I like to save? How much am I spending? And how can I improve? These reflective questions are the heart of Kakeibo. They help you become more aware of your spending habits, identify where you might be wasting money, and find ways to save more. It's not about being frugal to the point of deprivation. Instead, it's about finding a balance between enjoying life now and preparing for the future. In a way, Kakeibo is like a personal finance coach. It doesn't just tell you what to do, it guides you, encourages you to think, and helps you make better decisions about your money. And the best part? You don't need any fancy apps or software. All you need is a pen and a notebook. Another unique aspect of Kakeibo is its categorization of expenses. It divides them into 4 categories: survival, optional, culture, and extra. This helps you see where your money is going and allows you to adjust your spending habits accordingly. In conclusion, Kakeibo is more than just a budgeting method. It's a practice of mindfulness, a journey of self-discovery that can lead you to a more financially secure and fulfilling life. It's not about earning more, but about making the most of what you have. Kakeibo is a practical yet profound approach to managing money. Japanese homes and lifestyles focus on less but better. This approach to living is deeply embedded within the culture, and its influence can be seen in everything from the architectural design of Japanese homes to the way they manage their finances. Each item in a Japanese household is chosen with care, thoughtfully selected for its quality, functionality, and longevity. This mindset of investing in high-quality essentials not only reduces clutter, but it also helps curb impulse spending. In Japan, buying something on a whim, or simply because it is trendy, is less common than in many other cultures. Instead, Japanese people tend to consider their purchases carefully, contemplating whether each item will serve a genuine purpose in their lives. This approach encourages sensible spending and discourages the accumulation of unnecessary items. This philosophy of less but better also extends to the way Japanese people consume. For instance, you'll often find that portions are smaller, but each dish is meticulously prepared, packed with flavor, and visually appealing. This mindful consumption extends beyond food, permeating all aspects of life, including financial habits. Let's consider clothing, for example. Instead of buying a large quantity of cheap, fast fashion items, many Japanese individuals prefer to invest in a smaller number of high-quality, versatile pieces. These garments are often more expensive initially, but they last longer and can be worn in various ways, providing better value for money in the long run. This practice of mindful spending and investing in quality is not just about saving money, it's also about respecting resources and reducing waste. Remember motenai? By purchasing less and choosing better, Japanese people not only save money but also contribute to a more sustainable way of living. The concept of minimalism in Japan is not just about having fewer things, it's about eliminating the unnecessary so the necessary can speak. It's about creating space, both physically and mentally, to focus on what truly matters. It's about encouraging a more intentional approach to spending, where each purchase is a thoughtful decision rather than a mindless transaction. So what can we learn from this? Well, it's not about emptying your home or your wardrobe, it's about making more mindful decisions about what you bring into your life and your home. It's about investing in quality over quantity, in experiences over possessions, and in long-term value over short-term gratification. Minimalism in Japan goes beyond aesthetics. It's a philosophy that permeates their financial habits too. By adopting a similar mindset, we too can simplify our lives, improve our financial health, and perhaps even find greater contentment in the things we already have. Many Japanese people still use cash envelopes for categories like food, transport, and so on. This is known as the envelope system, and it's a method that's been around for a long time, even predating our digital age. The envelope system is pretty straightforward. You start by determining your monthly budget for different categories such as groceries, entertainment, personal care, and transportation. Once you've set your budget, you withdraw cash from the bank and distribute it into different envelopes labeled with these categories. The money in each envelope is what you have to spend for that category for the month. This approach to budgeting is not just practical, it's psychological. In an era where we're often disconnected from our money, physically handling cash can create a deeper sense of awareness about our spending. It's one thing to swipe a card, and quite another to see the cash leaving your hands and the envelope getting lighter. The envelope system encourages you to think twice before making a purchase. Every time you take money out of an envelope, you're confronted with how much you have left for the rest of the month. There's a tangible connection between your spending and your remaining budget, which can make you more conscious about where your money goes. Another advantage of this method is that it can help you avoid overspending. If an envelope is empty, you've exhausted your budget for that category. This can serve as a wake-up call to reassess your spending habits or readjust your budget. The envelope system might seem old-fashioned in a world of digital banking and credit cards, but it has stood the test of time for a reason. It's a tactile and visual way to keep track of your spending. It's about regaining control over your money, making conscious decisions about your spending, and understanding where every penny goes. So, if you're looking for a practical and effective budgeting method, why not give the envelope system a try? After all, it's a tried and true technique that's helped many people in Japan and around the world to better manage their money. The envelope system is a tactile and visual way to keep track of your spending. Let's talk about some everyday habits that can lead to big savings over time. It's not about penny pinching or deprivation, but rather adopting a mindful approach to spending. The Japanese have mastered this art, and we can certainly learn a thing or two from them. First, there's the practice of cooking at home. It's not uncommon to see Japanese people carrying a bento box to work or school. These homemade meals are not only healthier and cheaper, but also a means to control portion sizes and avoid food waste. It's a win-win situation for your wallet and your waistline. Next, consider your modes of transportation. In Japan, it's quite common to see people walking or biking to their destinations. Not only does this save on fuel or public transportation costs, but it also doubles as a form of exercise. Of course, this might not be feasible for everyone, but even choosing to walk or bike for shorter distances can add up to substantial savings over time. Shopping is another area where being frugal can pay off. Japanese people often shop seasonally, taking advantage of lower prices for in-season fruits and vegetables. This is not only budget-friendly, but it also ensures that you're eating fresh and nutrient-rich food. Clothing care is yet another aspect where Japanese habits can lead to savings. Rather than buying new clothes frequently, they take good care of what they have. This means washing clothes carefully, mending them when needed, and storing them properly. This extends the life of the garments and reduces the need for constant replacements. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't this deprivation? Not at all. This is where the concept of financial mindfulness comes in. It's about making intentional choices and prioritizing what truly matters. It's about understanding that every penny saved is a penny earned. It's about realizing that the small, seemingly insignificant habits can, over time, contribute to significant savings. So start by making small changes. Perhaps you can begin by cooking more meals at home or choosing to walk instead of taking the car for short distances. Maybe you can start shopping seasonally or take better care of your clothes. Remember, it's not about making drastic changes overnight, but about making small, consistent efforts. In Japan, this approach to money is not seen as being miserly, but rather as being smart and responsible. It's about respecting the value of money and understanding that every little saving contributes to larger financial goals. It's about living within your means and enjoying a simpler, more meaningful life. Finally, remember that these habits aren't just about saving money. They're also about living a more sustainable, environmentally friendly lifestyle. By reducing waste, using resources wisely and making mindful choices, we're not only saving money, but also contributing to a healthier planet. These small habits can lead to significant savings over time, so why not give them a try? After all, as the Japanese proverb goes, even dust amassed will grow into a mountain. The small habits we start today can lead to big savings tomorrow. These practices aren't about deprivation, but about financial mindfulness. They encourage us to respect our resources, plan our spending, and focus on what truly matters. So let's try incorporating these habits into our own lives. Start small, maybe with the envelope system or implementing the Kakeibo method. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection, but about making small, consistent changes. Remember, you don't have to move to Japan to master your money, just borrow their mindset.